Sometimes you have a darker image where you want to recover some detail in just the shadows. In this particular image, if we look at the black clipping, we can see the loss of detail in the rocks there. That's okay, because the reality is there will always be some pure black in very dark areas, but overall this image is a little too dark. We could use exposure to boost the image, but we can also attack just the shadow regions to give them a boost. Let's just increase our exposure a little bit to begin with, to around 1. Now I'm going to bring up some of the shadow detail by just using the shadow slider. If I bring it up too far, it washes out the image. I'll just bring it back a little bit so it's a lot more subtle. As you drag the shadow slider, you'll see the corresponding area of the histogram moving. You'll see there are two more extreme areas in the histogram, the blacks and the whites. There are corresponding sliders for these properties too. In some instances you'll raise the blacks, but often it's a good idea to bring them down to create a bit more contrast. Again, keep an eye on your clipping warnings so you don't go too far. Similarly, with the whites, if you want to really push the contrast, we can bring up the whites until we start to see them clipping, and then just back it up a little. Using highlights, shadows, whites and blacks gives you the ability to adjust certain regions of the image in a more precise manner than by just using exposure by itself.